That's it?
Good morning or good evening. It's your favorite Blanco Latino,
The Dawn.
Geo here. And yes, I've been making other videos other than the RWBY Justice League review, but before I jump into the deep end with the RWBY fandom, I'd rather make a video that's basically the calm before the storm, because when that RWBY Justice League video does come out, all hell breaks loose. If you don't know, RWBY fans are quite brutal when it comes to their favorite show being criticized.
Mark, you want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask?
And don't get me wrong, I am a fan myself. Fell in love with the show when I first discovered it in 2014, and I've been following the show ever since. RWBY probably has one of the coolest character designs I've seen. The fact that Monty made all these rules for fans to create their own OCs and how the naming rule works, I thought that was a pretty unique idea. And of course, we got the most obscure weapons I've seen in a while. The fact that the main character's weapon is a scythe and a gun. I do feel like some of the designs get a bit half-assed, especially the Happy Huntresses. I mean, come on, you couldn't give May a unique weapon as well as Fiona. And while the voice acting definitely needed some improvements in Volume 1,
there's no point in fighting these things.
Run and live. That is an idea I can get behind.
up to Volume 9, the voice acting has improved quite a lot, especially with this one scene alone.
I'm sorry, is this a bad time? Are we supposed to be mourning Jean's make-believe friends?
They're gone because of you. The walkers came for you because Neo hates you. Oh, and let's not forget the reason we're in the Ever After in the first place is because of your plan that didn't work. What about you? It's all about you.
While the faunus idea was interesting, it's kind of hard to believe for humans to be scared of them. The only faunus that really demonstrates that is really Talk, who's really one of the best characters introduced, design-wise and badass-wise, post Volume 3. And if you're curious, here are my personal opinions of the best girls in RWBY. As you can see, these are my queens from the show. And the order is perfect. Especially with Pyrrha. But she died. But that's okay, we got Oh. She's the best looking faunus. And she's a freaking I did took a break when Rooster Teeth decided to drop Crow's original voice actor. I'm not going to get into that situation. All I can say is pretty dumb. And of course I have heaps of criticisms against the show. Even though I do love it, I mean that's why I criticize it constantly. Even though I haven't made any videos about it yet, you're probably going to see it in the Justice League video. As the series continued on, the more frustrated I got. I would say Volume 8 is still the worst volume. The amount of stupid shit that happens in that season alone is just baffling to me. But Volume 9 finally gave us the development we need for RWBY, you know, the main character herself. Because out of all the cast, Jean is the most developed character in the show. There's no going around it. But I'm not here to criticize it. I'm here to talk about the current situation the show is on, which is the fact that Volume 10 till this day has not been greenlit. So if you're wondering, RWBY has been going on for 10 years now. It's got 9 volumes, an anime spin-off, and 2-parter crossover event with DC Comics Justice League, which currently came out this year, which unfortunately is the last thing that we've seen from RWBY, a crossover event. Even though the show has frustrated me, I do want it to end. We've made it this far into the story with so many questions unanswered, and personally, if we do get Volume 10 greenlit, it needs to be the final season. There's no way that Warner Brothers will give him another volume if it was greenlit. I'm pretty sure that things would have been differently if Rooster Teeth continued to be independent, but no. They decided to sell themselves to Warner Brothers, and now they actually own the rights to RWBY. And now they're seeing if RWBY as a brand is profitable at all, which is why now Rooster Teeth is asking us fans to promote the greenlit Volume 10 movement. And of course, they're charging us with pretty overpriced merchandise, especially where I'm living at in Australia. Knowing how I'm gonna buy their merch at all. It's just too much, man. And RWBY herself is now a VTuber. She streams on Twitch at Mondays and Wednesdays. And yeah, they're pretty cute, they're pretty fun. Lindsay does a good job staying in character for so long. But I will say, her speaking in Spanish is quite arousing.
Hola a todos, buenos días. ¿Cómo están ustedes? ¿Cómo están? Hola, buenos días. Sí, tengo un buen día? Yeah? Hope everyone.
Surface level. It sounds cute and all and fun, but really, it does seem like Rooster Teeth is really pushing themselves out there to advertise RWBY as a brand so that people can check it out on Crunchyroll, which I do believe that Volume 9's ratings in Crunchyroll were pretty low, but that's because most of the fan base watches the show either on YouTube or on roosterteeth.com. But it makes you wonder why people stop watching. But that's because the show changed after Volume 3. The show was at its peak between Volume 3 and 4, but once people saw what Volume 4 was like and how different it was, some people just tune out. Well, most fans like me just kept on going to see how the story goes, but then the story makes weird decisions and frustrating ones to the point that most of us just left. And again, it just, with any media, films or games, TV shows, it all comes down to the writing. Yeah, you got some flashy action scenes. Yeah, you got some cool animations or good graphics, or you got good acting, but it all comes down to the script, the pen on paper. If your script is not good, then the whole thing falls apart. Because if a show's writing is that good, then word of mouth will spread and the show will gain popularity because of it. Look what happened to the live action One Piece series. It was written so good, and fans who watch the anime decide to watch the live action, and then they tell their normie friends, hey, check it out. We are definitely not getting that with RWBY. Word of mouth is not spreading with this show. The word of mouth that we're getting is that it's not good. And I can't argue with that, but I want it to be better. I do want the show to be better. Oh my god, I ended up criticizing the show in the end. Some people's criticism is that the show ends up becoming too serious and they rather enjoyed the fun high school stuff, monster hunting, being at school. I guess how people describe it is more of an episodic structure than an overall seasonal story. To that I say you can have a balance between both comedy and seriousness. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of the self-aware humor, but you can thank Marvel for that, because now we're just seeing stuff at the point that just makes fun of themselves or don't take anything seriously. But I wouldn't say that's the problem. It just needs to be good, and they don't have the runtime for it. And then we discover that the studio cuts off Rooster Teeth's budget for Volume 9, so they had to cut, I don't know how many episodes, is it 3? I think it's 3 or 4, which is why there's only 10 episodes. At least they managed to show us the epilogue at RTX. The fact that the season ends like that, it just leaves us what happens next, and not in a good way. And we were robbed from that epilogue, because at least we get some closure that Team RWBY reunites with everyone else. Now our characters are forever standing outside of a portal, looking out at Vacuo with all these different kinds of ships in the background, wondering what comes next. What happened to Summer? Will Weiss and Jean be a thing? Will Ruby and Oscar be a thing? Is Ty there with Crow? Will we ever see Team Coffee again? Where's the Beacon Relic? Where's Salem's home? what Salem's plan towards Vacuo is regarding with Mercury and Tyrion.
A good question. For another time.
Oh, piss off, Maz Kanata. There's a reason why the sequel trilogy sucks, alright? And Star Wars is dead. But I am on the same boat as everyone else in this fan base. That I do want Volume 10 to be greenlit. And if we do get it greenlit, I don't want Rooster Teeth to waste any more time and make it the final season. Simple as that. Just make it the final season, try to get as many episodes as you can, and try to answer all our questions. I'm pretty sure there are some questions that I missed out. I wish RWBY had more games for us to play. That would be a good way to promote the show. But who knows? Maybe there might be multiverses coming out 2024. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we all at least deserve an ending to the show. Even it's going on a rocky path, just give us an ending. But again, it's up to the suits to decide. And personally, I don't want RWBY's last outing to be a crossover movie with the Justice League. I think I'm done. I don't want to drag this video any longer than I need to, because I'd rather save my criticisms towards the show on the Justice League review. I just want to give my thoughts towards the whole Greenlight Volume 10 situation. And every time I see it on Twitter, I do respect the fans for pushing that to happen. And I'm going to try as well to help out. Again, I love the show. It definitely has its problems, and I want it to be better. But goddamn, I think the show does deserve an ending. I also want to thank you guys for pretty much giving the chance to my Transformers video. I was not expecting it to boom up like that. Over 1,000 views, and I got some new subscribers from it too, so thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance, and I hope not to squander it. But anyways, what are your thoughts towards the RWBY situation? Comment down below. And for that, I wish you guys a good day or good night. Ciao.